What's up, guys? It's Kenneth. It's Wednesday. That means I'm bringing you another edition to No Opportunities Wasted. And today is our second video on our series, Understanding the Process. And today I'm going to be talking about a very important, very heartfelt moment. And I'm going to call it reinventing yourself. And I think there's two times in your life that reinventing yourself is absolutely crucial. I think that there's two moments in your life that reinventing yourself is the only option you really have. And the first option or time that I think that reinventing yourself is the most important thing in life is when you hit rock bottom. And I don't mean kind of those struggles. I don't mean the rough times. I don't mean the bad days. I mean absolutely hitting rock bottom. And we've talked about a point in my life when I hit rock bottom, but we're going to introduce it again. A few years back, I spent some time in Lubbock, and I got myself into drugs, and I got myself into alcohol, I got myself into partying, and got myself into a depression, got myself to a point that, man, I thought about suicide a few times. I got to a point when tomorrow seemed darker than today. I got to a point that every decision seemed to hurt my life instead of better my life. I got to a point in my life that I had no other direction but up. I had absolutely hit everything. I mean, rock bottom. My relationships were bad. My financials were bad. My decision makings were bad. My life in general was just at a point that I had hit rock bottom. And I didn't know where else to go. But I finally, grace, purpose, whatever you want to call it, I got to a point when I was able to reinvent myself. I stepped out of the moment. I stepped out of the absolute rock bottom, and I made myself better. But guys, that was the only option I truly had. I understood that, guys, I was either going to have to change my life for the better, or I was going to find myself dead. So guys, I found myself back in Dallas with my family. And I slowly started making decisions. I slowly started getting to a point where I knew I needed to better myself. I needed to make decisions that were going to help me and not hinder me. I knew that I had hit a moment in my life that reinventing was the only true way that I was going to continue on. So guys, you might hit a point, you might get to a point that you feel like absolute rock bottom, that you can't get anything out, but the problem that you can't see the light, you can't see past what's going on in your face. But guys, understand those problems, those rough times are needed in your life. Those moments make you stronger. Those moments give you the times and the moments in your life that you need to reinvent yourself. And guys, you don't have to absolutely hit rock bottom, but every opportunity in your life that you've made a bad decision was a time that you can reinvent yourself for the better. And when I say reinvent yourself, I don't need to demean this absolutely fairy tale style reinventing. But guys, think about it, and I've said this way a few times. Every time a new iPhone comes out, the hype is ridiculous. But guys, what are they doing? They're just reinventing something that they've already made. iPhone 4, iPhone 4S, iPhone 5, iPhone 6. Guys, they're not changing the game. They're just reinventing what they've already came out with. But guys, you need to do that. Every time you look 5, 10, 12, 15 years down back, and you're still the same person. You haven't reinvented yourself in those moments that you needed to. So the second time in your life, in a little bit more positive spin, that you need to reinvent yourself is, guys, when you have hit a cap. When you have hit a moment that you can't make yourself any better. Guys, there are times in your life that you're going to maximize everything that you possibly can. You're going to be everything that you possibly can in that exact moment. And understand that opportunities are going to come. Good things are going to come in your life. And if you don't reinvent yourself for the better, guys, you're going to get passed by. So that second opportunity in your life is the absolute polar opposite of the other moments when you need reinventing. This moment is when you are absolutely flourishing in life, and you can look back at moments in your life, and I love this kind of example, guys, is that there was times that you were the best colorer in class. You colored in all the lines with all the best colors, but guys, that couldn't carry you forever. So you had to reinvent yourself, and you hit middle school, and man, you were the best, fill in the blank. And then you hit high school, and you had to reinvent yourself, and you became the best, fill in the blank. And guys, there's going to come a time in your life, depending on where you are in your life, Guys, I went and played college sports, and I was the best at what I did at the moment that I was doing it, and I had to become better because I wanted more, so I had to reinvent myself. And now in business, every day that I wake up, guys, I have to reinvent myself because I want more and more of my life every single day. So guys, there's moments in your life that you might hit rock bottom, and that's an opportunity for you to reinvent who you are, what you stand for. And guys, there's going to be moments that you're the absolute best in the moment that you're in right there. But when you want more, when you want better in your life, you're going to have to reinvent yourself again. So guys, you're sitting there, and when I say reinvent yourself, you might ask, well, how do I do that? So I'm going to ask you to do a quick exercise for me. And I heard this a few years back from Tony Robbins. So guys, I want you to take a minute. I want you to close your eyes. And right when you open them up, right when your eyes open, I want you to look for everything brown that's going on in your life right then. Right then. Brown, brown, brown. Look for brown, look for brown, look for brown, look for brown, look for brown. Take a minute one more time. Close your eyes. And I want you to think about everything that you saw in that moment that was red. And you might think, why? But don't open your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. Think about everything that you saw that was red. Keep thinking, keep thinking, keep thinking. At the count of 3, I want you to open your eyes again. 1, 2, 3. Now look at everything red, everything red, everything red, everything red, everything red, everything you possibly see. Red, 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 red. I want you to take a minute, and I want you to think back when you looked for brown, how many red things could you remember? And now take a look around, and how many red things do you see? The exercise should show you that, guys, that now that you're thinking about looking for red, that red is more apparent in your life. But what does that mean, guys? Understand that when you were looking for brown and I asked you to think about red, you couldn't think of much. But now when you opened your eyes and I told you to think about red, look at how much red you could truly see. And guys, what changed? Your focus. You focused on what the purpose of what I asked you to look for red, and red became apparent. So guys, what are you focusing on in life? If you are looking for brown, and everything that you truly see is brown and brown and brown, are you ever going to see red? No. But when you start looking for red, you will find red. So what does that mean in your life, guys? When it's time to reinvent yourself, you need to change your focus. If you are focusing on becoming better, if you are focusing on becoming more, if you are focusing on becoming more successful, guys, you will find those things. You will become what you focus on. So therefore, guys, if it's a time to reinvent yourself for the positive, focus on the positive. If it's a time that you need to get out of the gutter, then quit focusing on the gutter. Quit focusing on the problems. My issue was when I was in Lubbock and I was drugs and alcohol and party and this and that. Guys, I was focusing on negative, hurtful things in my life, and I found them. But the moment that I was able to step out, the moment I was able to get out of the negative focus, and I was able to start focusing on positive things, I found positivity. So guys, when it's time for you to reinvent yourself, find what you need to focus on and focus with everything that you possibly have, and I promise you the moment of reinvention will happen. There it is, guys, another moment of understanding the process. Last week we talked about understand that you might not be everything and you might not be ready for your goal, but that's okay. And now we're talking about reinventing yourself, so when that opportunity comes, understanding that you have to continue to reinvent yourself as your life goes on, because your goal might not change. Your goal might not be, you might know what your goal is, but you might need to reinvent yourself a few times before your goal is achieved. There it is, guys. See y'all next week. We're going to bring another edition to No Opportunities Wasted in our series of understanding the process. See y'all next week.